Before you go applying for rentals in the Las Vegas area, you'll want to watch the rest of this video. Applying for rentals can actually cost both time and money if you go in not knowing what landlords look for in their applicants. But today, we'll go over some general criteria you could expect to encounter from landlords so you could put your best foot forward. Here are a couple of quick things to make note of. This does not cover the criteria apartment complexes would use, and these are general criteria. Every landlord in their property management company, if they choose to use one, will more or less have different varying requirements. Now let's begin. The first thing landlords look at is credit score. The higher an applicant's credit score, the better. If the applicant has a score above 700, their chances are good and they'll stand out when landlords review different applications. However, once an applicant dips below 600 or so, that's when landlords start sweating. If the landlord accepts an application and the applicant's credit score falls below 600, expect most landlords to ask for double or even triple the security deposit. Sometimes landlords will have minimum credit score requirements that fall around the mid 600s. In some cases, it would be wiser to wait until an applicant's credit score is the best it could possibly be before applying. When landlords run a credit report on an application, they ask for an application fee that is often non-refundable. This could be cost prohibitive since some rental units have multiple applications and the credit score can make all the difference in getting an application accepted over others. Another thing to take note of is if an applicant has a bankruptcy in their credit history, that often doesn't bode well for the applicant as landlords get worried. For some landlords, it's an automatic no for applicants with a bankruptcy in their history. The last tip to give on credit scores is that it is almost universal that landlords want everyone age 18 and older to put in an application and pay the associated application fee. Where this can get potentially complicated is that any credit scores that are low have the real potential to drag down everybody else's applications, regardless if the applicants have exceptional scores. So for example, if there are 3 applicants applying for a single family home and there are 2 applicants that have scores over 700, but 1 applicant has a score below 580, that may scare away the landlord. Before applying for any property, it is worth it to check everyone's scores. Second criteria is income. The landlords usually look for applicants that make 3 times the monthly rent every month. Landlords take proof of income from every applicant, which can include bank statements and pay stubs, and see if it meets the threshold. So for example, if an applicant wanted to rent a single family home listed for $1,800 a month, the landlord would like to see the household make $5,400 a month or more. Landlords will ask for proof of income in the form of pay stubs and bank statements. For the length of work history, individual landlords may have different requirements from each applicant. The third criteria is references. The landlord wants to see if the applicant has a good rental history in the past. If they can see that the applicant has always made their payment on time and never been delinquent, that makes the landlord feel great. However, if they see an applicant that has been evicted, that automatically takes any consideration away from their applications in the eyes of most landlords. The final criteria worth mentioning is pets. I don't think it's a controversial statement to say almost everybody loves dogs. However, some people with furry companions may argue that landlords hate dogs. This sentiment is backed by some individual landlords who will not accept any application with pets. Even with the landlords that consider pets, they often are very selective regarding the breed of the dog and their size. If the landlord will consider pets, they will request a pet deposit on top of the other deposits they may request. One thing to note is that the landlord cannot reject any application on the basis of an applicant having a pet if they have a service animal. When applying with a service animal, the proper documentation will need to be submitted with the application. A few other things to note are that landlords will need proof of identity and the direct deposit amount, which may fall between 1 to 3 times the monthly rent amount on any given property. Now that just about covers it. If you're considering whether you should rent or buy, check this video out somewhere on the end screen now. If you have any more questions about rentals or have any questions about real estate in general, please don't hesitate to contact me over the phone, email, or any of my social media platforms. This is Oscar SanJuan with Vegas Strong Real Estate Group, signing off.